Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Today's question comes from Teresa in Wyoming. She says, my husband and I have 5 girls under the age of 12. Wow. We have been in our home for 7 years and we owe $234,000 on it. We love our house and 3-acre property, but in the past few years, the homes on either side were bought by a man who rents them out to people who work for him. Now we have what looks like a junkyard next door. They've also moved a 2-bedroom trailer to one of the properties that houses more workers. They dump all their construction materials on their land and regularly burn enormous piles of it. I have complained and the county has been out, but nothing has changed. They walk through our front yard and the woods, which is our property. Recently, the police taped off the woods and a crime scene investigator spent the day, spent the day in 3 hours there, I guess is what it should say. So all of that backstory, what should we do? Our realtor has said that we could sell the home for $800,000. That's pretty good. Should we stay because our interest rate is so low and paid off? Or should we put up a fence around the property? I've got 5 young girls to look out for. So please guide me on what to do in this weird situation. Rachel.
Oh,
wow.
man.
Listen, the crime scene would have got me. Yeah. I would have a lot of questions. She's in Wyoming. So there's my mind is going to some shows that I've watched. But anyway, I love that this is worth a lot. I wish I knew how close, how close the neighbors are. I'm envisioning more land, I guess, because I'm envisioning Wyoming.
But 3 acres,
3 acres
isn't
huge.
Crazy. Yeah.
I wouldn't let the interest rate keep me there. Mm-hmm. I definitely wouldn't. I think that you have enough equity that you could probably move on if you wanted to. And if you're truly concerned about safety, and I'd make sure to get all the information from the county first and say, okay, are there any violations? Are you planning on doing anything? And if they're not, then I'd probably get to stepping.
I know. Yeah. You're the primary residence of which you live. Some people, there's not a lot of options. So you kind of are stuck, depending on your situation. But you want to feel safe. I'm like, that's the one place in life that you can go, and not have to think, and for your kids, where you're not worried about
play
them
out in the
and
yard,
everything.
have a good time. Yeah.
Yes. So I may talk to him and just see not what he would change, but if he's thinking of what his long-term plans are. Mm-hmm. Because who knows? He could say, oh yeah, in the next 2 years, I'm leaving and going somewhere else or whatever, right? And then this problem is short-term. Mm-hmm. I would not have the conversation with the hopes that you can change the way he does life and all the, how he's lived thus far. That's not going to change.
Yeah.
But I would be curious what his long-term plans are. And if he doesn't have any, then I probably would be moving. Just to feel, you have the option. You have great equity. And just to feel safe again. I mean, honestly, it's like, golly, I just want to enjoy my house and what's around me versus rolling my eyes every time I go in. And again, some people, there's no option and you will be in the house that you're in because of interest rates and everything. So,
but they've got options.
It's a blessing to be able to say, hey, we can actually make a different move. So I probably would.
I would too. I think that there's a soul tax here and a mental calorie tax that you can afford to pay.
Yep, I love it.
Create your free EveryDollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.